Another Gran Turismo update, and of course another selection of motor swaps to do, this time once again a bit of a weird number, with 6, definitely rally themed, with one notable exception, kind of a weird exception, which we'll get to last. First up we have a couple of Ford Focus Group B rally swaps for a couple of other Ford models. First of all, the Escort RS, which of course was added not all that long ago, and certainly if you were planning to do like a rallycross style build, or maybe a Pikes Peak kind of Escort, it's a fantastic choice for that one. The second one, I'm not so sure if I'll be doing anytime soon, given the vehicle's kind of twitchy handling nature compared to the Escort. It is the Sierra, the RS 500, also with the Focus Group B engine swap. I guess for those who are really wanting way more power out of their Sierra, it's a pretty good one to go for, and at least you do get to keep it in-house by still being a Ford engine, and being a rally engine is pretty cool as well. Next up we have one of two really crazy ones this time around, and I saw a lot of love for this one actually, for the Mazda Demio, in particular with the Group B Mitsubishi Evo engine, which is a hell of a swap for a little front-wheel drive car. And you know what this reminds me of? This is a deep cut reference, but this really reminds me of the Chevy Aveo back in the earlier Forza games, like Forza 3 and Forza 4, where you could literally drop a Corvette LS engine into the little Chevy Aveo and make it like a 255 mile an hour super mini. This is kind of that vibe. It must be 790-ish horsepower car, I would imagine. I haven't done the swap, but that's what most of those Group B engines tend to be upgraded to. So basically an 800 horsepower Demio. Almost makes me wish we had like a Silhouette or Pikes Peak kind of wide body for it. That would definitely look the part. Next up we have one which doesn't make quite as much sense to me, and maybe this is a specific reference that I'm missing, so of course enlighten me down below if you know this for a fact. In particular, an EJ20 Impreza rally car swap, which I think, isn't that possibly the first example of that rally swap engine which we've seen in the game so far, I think? The curious part to me is what it's going into. The second one makes a bit more sense, a lot more sense in fact. The first one not so much, because the first one is the 22B. Now initially that seems like it makes sense because the 22B itself was basically that homologation of the WRC car, but we already have that rally car in the game, so why would you put the engine from it into the road going 22B? It seems a bit redundant, and I guess that's the issue which I take with this one. It makes it a smaller engine. Yes, it has good power, but I don't really see the purpose of building the road going version into a rally car. I guess the only real advantage would be that you could kind of make a replica of the rally car but still use it in road car events. I guess that could be a cool advantage if you want to do that, but besides that I can't really think of any other reason why you would want to do it. The other one is a bit more interesting and maybe a bit more like replica-ish, which we might use this for in future, and that is the 1999 Impreza Type R Coupe with that same Impreza rally car engine. You can already make a pretty convincing rally build out of this one anyway, so that one I think out of the two is probably the swap which I would be more inclined to do, I would say, out of the two. And I guess to go back to the previous 22B, maybe also if you want more horsepower out of the car, much like with the Mazda Demio, that could be the main reason, I guess, why you would go for it. And last but definitely not least this time around, it's the only non-rally based engine, and it's a hell of a swap once again because it's the Suzuki Swift Sport, which is a relatively unassuming car, a good little hot hatch, but you know, it's not going to rip your face off anytime soon. But the engine that you can put into it kind of is going to rip your face off because it's the Group 3 racing variation of the Suzuki Vision GT. So basically like a Hayabusa powered Suzuki Swift, in other words, which is a hell of a combination to have. This kind of thing really makes me wish we could have some drivetrain swaps, because if you can make this four-wheel drive, you've got yourself a Suzuki Swift like Pikes Peak level car, which is an awesome thing, that super high revving engine. And of course ages back in one of the special projects packs I did a signature build, in fact it was the first signature build for the E30 M3 with this same motor swap, and it's just such a cool like track day special kind of vibe, that super high revving engine. In this car it's definitely a bit more strange, again it is in-house being Suzuki, but yeah, I'm guaranteeing that a lot of people have probably already had a lot of fun with that one and with the Mazda Demio as well. So a couple of wacky ones, a couple of more like replica based ones, but definitely rally themed for the most part. And as I think I said last time, I don't mind that. I kind of like the idea of themed ones. Last month of course it was mostly boxer engine themed, this time it's mostly rally themed. I guess we'll have to see what it is next time. That's it for this update though. Of course check out the previous episodes if you want to see all of the other swaps in the game, and I will see you again tomorrow with the first of the individual reviews for the 3 cars in the update, and we're kicking off first of all with the Unimog. So I'll see you then, and thanks for watching.